bringing back a recurring guest now. We have Nate, the owner of Acorn Hills. Welcome, Nate. How are you doing?
Hey, thanks, TJ. I appreciate you having me on. I think this is my third appearance on the show.
Yeah.
There's been, I don't know, since January of 2025, since my last time, and I've been itching to get back on, and we got some pretty cool announcements to share with everyone. But yeah, it's great to be back on here.
Cool. Yeah, just quick, give everyone that if they don't know Acorn Hills, some like the newer listeners, just a little bit background about the company and what it's all about.
Yeah, for sure. So those that don't really know too much about us, I'm 22 years old. Now I ran the company since I was 18, but we're an golf apparel company that really focuses on giving back to the environment and actually giving back kind of from the customer experience standpoint, using what's called seed paper. And what seed paper is like biodegradable paste that when dried actually has seeds within it, and you can plant that seed paper tag into the ground and sprout wildflowers. It's pretty dope. Not a lot of companies are able to do that, especially within the golf space. So we carved out our own little niche. I've been grinding ever since. But as far as myself, I was a full-time college student, like I said. I'm now in my master's program. Hard to believe that I ran Acorn the whole way up through my undergrad and everything, but I also played college golf. So I was always just trying to stay up on the trends and kind of like a gearhead when it came to golf. So it was really cool to kind of throw my hat in the ring and try to make some really cool golf apparel. And I'd say we're doing pretty well 4 years into it. So it's going pretty cool.
Cool. So the reason we've got you on today is because we got a big announcement. You just officially launched the Founders Club. So tell us what that's kind of about, where this idea came from, and what everyone can expect with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a dream come true. It's something I wanted to do kind of 2-3 years ago. Just really didn't know the know-how of how to do the Founders Club. But really what the Founders Club focuses on, and there's an apostrophe on the S just for that reason. It's the Founders Club because it's stuff that really I curated myself, things that I've seen out in the golf space, out in the outdoor space that I personally would wear. And I wear everything that I design everything, but it's pieces that I really, really am proud of and pieces that I think, are universal in the fact where someone who plays golf could wear it and someone who, doesn't play golf at all and just likes to go sit and have their morning coffee on their porch could wear it. And still support the same mission. It's kind of widening our umbrella reach for sure. But something that the Founders Club focuses on is really kind of providing that luxury sense. TJ, I'm sure as you know, you've been a great friend of the brand for so long. Our pricing is pretty competitive. We're not really, going to charge $100, $125 for a polo like a lot of the big brands, even though we use a lot of those big brand fabrics. Big kind of blends of fabric, and the Founders Club is really a curation of that. It's like accessories, gear and stuff that really encompasses all of that, but also too keeping that price point. It's $60 for a quarter, and we do it quarterly. So every 3 months you get a box for $60, free shipping, and usually there's somewhere around $100 to $125 worth of value in that box. So really, it's a tremendous deal, but also it's exclusive too. It's not something that you would buy and then you would go on the website and say, hey, it looks like that shirt was on there. I can buy another one. It's totally exclusive. It's not like, say TJ wasn't a member of the Founders Club, even though I know you just told me before when I hopped on here, you joined. Say you weren't a member, then you really wouldn't have access to that gear. It's really an exclusivity thing. And that's what I wanted to create was this kind of inner circle. First we had the Creator Clubhouse on Instagram and our social media chat boxes and things that, sort of are kind of our foundation for the brand. And I really wanted to kind of build that out into the product side of things. I know we did a really good job socially doing the kind of clubhouse and community building, but the Founders Club really kind of ties everything together.
Yeah, I mean, I'm someone that I think I first started getting like the short par 4 box in like 2018 or so, and I've gotten it on and off kind of over the years. And I switched it probably like 2-3 years ago just to quarterly because it was like the stuff they send is cool, but it's like some of it's kind of out there, and it was just like I don't need that much new stuff either when it's like, I don't know, there's certain brands like I'm a big like Callaway Puma guy, but for some reason I just don't like Adidas and Under Armour and stuff like that. But I always liked the idea of the box, and then like you'd get different tees, you'd get balls and different stuff like that too. So having like that type of thing, but having it quarterly is cool. But I've also realized too, with doing the short par 4, there's been like tournaments I'm at that I'm like, I've got like the same shirt on as some other guy that's like a name brand type of thing. Like it's like they're just out there, and like I've seen things online and stuff like that too. So I think that's like that extra layer to this of the Founders Club, that it's like these are the people. Like I mean, I know a bunch of the other people that we are, like you said, are in the Creators Clubhouse that are like, these guys are going to have it for sure. And it's that gives it that cool exclusivity that's, representing the brand.
Yeah, and there's a ton that goes with it too. There's so many member perks. You guys are going to have access to the drops and kind of exclusive discounts. Come Black Friday, we already started planning that out a little bit. We're going to obviously do a lot of sales on our website, but then the Founders Club members are going to get a little bit extra, right? You might say, for example, we do 40% off site wide. Founders Club might get 50%. And something I'm working on building out now is actually a password locked page for the Founders Club members, that if they want to go on there and actually shop the Founders Club items over the past, nice. So say 2-3 boxes from now, you run into someone and say, hey, TJ, I love that quarter zip. Where'd you get it? And you're like, well, I can get it for you off my Founders Club storefront. Yeah. So essentially you could almost set up your own exclusive store within the Founders Club. And that's kind of what I want to do is, because obviously this stuff is very high touch at first. I'm every single aspect of the design process I'm looking at. Not that I'm not doing it with the other stuff, but it's just we're so well versed in the other stuff that the Founders Club is really kind of our baby right now. I don't know. I think back in January I was saying Amazon was going to be kind of a big challenge for us in 2025 getting on there. We ended up actually scrapping that idea because I wanted to put more effort into the Founders Club box and building that software out. So that's where we are right now. We just released it, I think it was Friday, and today's Monday. So we just released it Friday. Yeah, and we have about 10, 15 subscribers already organically, and that's just, just people that wanted to support. So it's been really cool. And then, like I said, the price point, I don't think you're going to get I'm pretty biased, but I don't think you're going to get a better box for $60. And that includes free shipping.
Yeah, so. For sure. Yeah, and I mean, we've talked about it before too. Like the customer loyalty for Acorn Hills is just incredible, because once somebody gets it, we actually were messaging. I remember I told you the club championship. I ran into a guy that I played with last year's club championship, and I was wearing the Babbling Brook shirt. First tee, before we even teed it off, Leo was asking me about it, and he was an older gentleman. And we were like, there was two of us walking, me and him and the other guys were riding. So we the whole first hole, I'm just telling him all about Acorn Hills. And then awesome. Being an older school guy, he gave me his email, and I gave him an email with the link and the code. And then he shows up this year, and there he was. I was coming, I think I was making the turn, and they put the seniors in the back type of thing, and he was about to go off a 1, and I was like, that's a Babbling Brook shirt. And I know other people in Syracuse that have them, but that was the first that I didn't even realize it was Leo. But then I walked up to him, and it was like, oh dude, we played together last year. And he's telling me how he then went back, he got it, loved the quality of the product and the design, and then made other purchases, and now he's huge Acorn Hills supporter right here.
That's awesome. That's coming full circle. And like I said, I think it was the January episode I was on with you guys. Like I said, I was shopping. A lot of my friends like to go thrifting, and even though I own a clothing company and make my own stuff, I just go and go do that stuff with them. So we were at Goodwill. And I saw one of my navigators just sitting there on the rack, and I was like, "Oh, this is perfect." It's really cool to see someone saw value enough to donate it. Someone else could get use out of it.
Yeah, even this we're coming off the member guest weekend, so the last 4 days here, the practice round, I've been at the course playing, and I'll be honest, I wore Acorn Hills every day. Day one, I went the black walnut quarter zip over Jordan's putter shop polo. And then that was the qualifying round. So I was I'm not worried about matching. And then day 2, Anthony Vega joined me, and he has the Aquapura Q-zip. So we wore those together. And then I did John's polo underneath because I love that design just because of the golf and the podcasting connection. And then
that was a fun project.
Day three, Anthony also has the Babbling Brook polo. So we rocked those and then started the day off. It was cool. So we had that red, white, and blue splatter Q-zip, which is
awesome.
That gets the most comments when I wear it out the course. Like, people here love that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm biased towards everything that we make, right? Because I see it from start to finish. But I would say the Freedom Splatter is something that was one of the pieces that I just am like, that's it, you know. And I had that wow factor. I think with every piece, I think the quoted quarter zip's one of those pieces that's like, wow, that's a great piece. And the splatter for me, at least for my taste, my style, my sort of eye for things, the splatter was that for sure. But yeah, you'll have to get Anthony on the Founders Club. That's awesome.
I will. When we got a lot of people, like obviously we were matching at times, but a lot of people were like just commenting on the Acorn because the Acorn's on the back of all of that stuff too. Yeah. And people were like asking questions. So we definitely pumped the brand a whole bunch all weekend. And it's a cool talking point when you got those slow member guest rounds too. Just to get the conversation going and We'll see if there's more purchases here in the Syracuse area.
Yeah, that's awesome. Keep pumping them out. I really appreciate that. Like I said, you guys have been day one friends of the brand. I couldn't be more thankful for everything Basic Bogies has given to us from engagement perspective, and then the sales are just a bonus. Everything else is I'm very grateful for that.
Thanks for watching today's episode.
To see more of our content, be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe on YouTube. We can be found at Basic Bogies on all platforms.
Thanks. We hope to see you on the next one.